Hello student, welcome to you all. This is Lata Awad, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry at KVN Naik Arts, Commerce and Science College, Canada Corner, Nasik. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the stability and reactivity of free radical. In last lecture, we learned about the history of free radical, definitions of free radical and some features of free radical. We also discuss about the generation of free radical. In generation of free radical, we will discuss about the neutral species, radical anion and radical cation. We discuss about the free radical structure, its hybridization, nature and bond angle. We learn about the preparation of free radical by photolysis, by thermolysis, by using heat. We learn about the generation of free radical from benzoyl peroxide, from AIBN, that is azobis isobutyronitride, from ditertiary butyl peroxide, by electron transfer reaction, and we also learn about by using radical reaction. In radical reaction, abstraction of another atom, addition reaction, elimination reaction, and we also saw the generation of free radical from azo compounds. So in this lecture, let us see the stability of free radical. Radicals and carbocations both are electron deficient because they lack of an octet around carbon atom. Radicals are stabilized by electron donating effect of alkyl groups, making more highly substituted radical more stable. Therefore, stability of free radical is, or stability order of free radical, tertiary radical is more stable than secondary radical. Secondary radical is more stable than primary radical, and primary radical is more stable than methyl radical. Free radical can be stabilized by resonance delocalization. So stability order on the basis of resonance is like that. Triphenyl methyl radical is more stable than diphenyl methyl radical is more stable than phenyl methyl radical is more stable than allylic radical. In triphenyl radical, the radical is delocalized in these three rings. So whereas in diphenyl free radical, the radical is only delocalizing two rings, and in phenyl methyl radical, the radical is delocalized only one ring. Therefore, the stability order is like that. Tertiary triphenyl methyl radical is more stable than diphenyl methyl radical is more stable than phenyl methyl radical, and phenyl methyl radical is more stable than allylic radical. Consider some free radical structure. Call this structure as a structure A, called as this structure is B, and call this structure as a structure C, and this is structure D. So you can pause the video and try to solve the stability order of this free radical. If you can observe the structure in structure A, this is a triphenyl methyl radical, or in structure D, this is phenyl methyl radical. So in this structure, in both structure A and D, there is a R effect, that is resonance effect, and in structure B and C, there is I effect. So R effect is predominant over I effect. So the stability in between structure A and structure D, the structure A is more stable than structure D, because in structure A there is 3 phenyl ring for delocalization, and in structure D there is only 1 phenyl ring for delocalization. So order of this structure A is more stable than D. So consider this structure B and structure C. In structure B, this is tertiary, and in structure C, this is secondary free radical. So the tertiary free radical is more stable than secondary radical. So the order is like that. Structure B is more stable than structure C. So order of the stability, structure A is more stable than structure D, structure D is more stable than structure B, and structure B is more stable than structure C. Consider this fluorine system, and this is 1,2 triphenyl system. This fluorine system is irradiated with light. We get new free radical, and if we treated with this system irradiated with light, we get here 2 molecules, and we get here 2 triphenyl methyl radical. Call this as structure A and the structure B. So structure A is more stable than B, because due to in structure A, due to binding of 2 phenyl ring, so structure B is dissociate rapidly than structure A. So structure A is more stable than structure B. Let us see the FMO approach for radical reactivity. As we know that radical reactions are non-ionic reactions in which energy of the orbitals involved are most important for the reactivity. Radical possesses single unpaired electron, typically in a p orbital known as SOMO, that is singly occupied molecular orbital, which is quite higher in energy. So any factor that decreases this energy will result in increased radical stability. and decreases reactivity. This factor is most preciously presented by the electron donating or withdrawing group attached with radical carbon. Interaction of radicals with electrophilic and nucleophilic substrate. The radical having lower energy SOMO can accept an electron and can best interact with the HOMO of the incoming substrate having nucleophilic character. The radical having higher energy of SOMO is ready to give away the electron. It will best interact with LUMO of incoming substrate having electrophilic character. So this is all theoretical part for FMA approach for radical reactivity. Let us discuss about the diagrammatical representation. So consider this diagram in which this is normal energy level of R radical. This is higher energy of SOMO of electron rich radical, that is Y bonded R radical, where Y is electron donating group present on R radical. So this higher energy of SOMO reacts with LUMO of electrophilic substrate, that is this interaction is most favor interaction. So consider this interaction. This is lower energy SOMO of electron poor radical, that is X bonded R radical, where X is electron withdrawing group present on radical. This lower energy SOMO of electron poor radical most favor interacted with HOMO of nucleophilic substrate. Let us discuss about the reactivity of free radical for aliphatic substrate. It is abstraction step that determines which product will be formed in chain reaction. A free radical always abstract univalent hydrogen or halogen. From this reaction at higher energy, we also get another product, that is CH3 CH2 Cl, that is ethyl chloride, and also we get hydrogen radical. The energy required for this reaction is plus 18 kilocalorie per mole, but the incoming free radical or attacking radical is always abstract univalent hydrogen or halogen. So here incoming chloride radical always abstract this proton instead of attack on this carbon atom. So this product is more favorable or energetically favor. So in this reaction, formation of this product is considered. In case of alkene, vinylic hydrogens are never abstracted. An abstraction of allylic hydrogen is greatly preferred due to resonance stabilization. For example, this allylic moiety irradiated with light, we get this allylic radical. The resonating structure of this allylic radical is there is new radical, here is double bond and this methyl. So allylic rearrangements are common in these cases. Let us discuss about the reactivity for aromatic substrate. In aromatic substrate, all substituent increases reactivity at ortho and para position as compared to that of benzene. There is no great difference between electron donating and electron withdrawing group. Reactivity at meta position is almost equal to that of benzene. Reactivity at ortho position is greater than that of para position, except where larger group decreases the orthoreactivity due to steric reasons. Electron withdrawing group shows greater orthopara directing and activating effect than the electron donating group. Hydrogen is the leaving group in most free radical aromatic substitution or ipso substitution. Let us see the reactivity at bridgehead carbon. Free radical reaction have been observed at bridgehead carbon. So, free radical reaction do not require planarity. So, there is a formation of free radical at bridgehead carbon. Let us discuss about the reactivity in attacking radical. Greater is the reactivity of a species, less is the selectivity. The bromine is so selective that when only primary hydrogens are available. Next we will see the effect of solvent on reactivity. The solvent usually has little effect on free radical reaction. So this is all about stability and reactivity of free radical. In next lecture we will discuss about the radical reactions. If you like this video, then press like button, share with your friends, and to get notification of new videos, subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.